Wow. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Pretty good. I am really quite taken aback from the view that I have here. It's beautiful. Welcome to the 10th anniversary of the Massachusetts White Ribbon Day campaign. 10 years. Kind of amazing. This is a day about hope, inspiration, positive energy, which I can feel in the room. It's also about a deeper reflection on what it means to be reimagining manhood, which is our hashtag, so please use it. Hashtag reimagine manhood. We can all use some hope and inspiration these days. And while we talk about the themes of the day, let's also reflect on the fact that we are in this historic hall. Interesting pictures around us. Many inspiring leaders have spoken at Faneuil Hall, and so this day and its meaning and what we are doing here is now part of that legacy, and that's very important and historic. It's very humbling to imagine the orators who have been here over the past many, many, many decades. Frederick Douglass spoke in this very hall, and I was humbled as I read his remarks when I was researching the history of this building, which I encourage everyone here to do. So it should be a strong reminder to all of us that we have to work harder for all inequities, especially racial justice. And as Douglass said, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. It's amazing that we have sustained a campaign for 10 years. That's a decade. As one of our colleagues at Jane Doe says, campaigns are an excuse for a conversation and an invitation to take a stand. Campaigns are not static, they are dynamic and fluid. Ours began with messages about what we opposed. Now we also talk about what we promote, and it's not a singular message. For those of you who may not know us, Jane Doe Inc. is a coalition of more than 50 organizations across the Commonwealth, all of whom are providing leadership in their own communities to address and prevent sexual and domestic violence. They are social change advocates and activists. We work together as a coalition because we believe there is strength in numbers. The White Ribbon Day campaign also embodies this value of strength in numbers. I want to say a huge thank you and a shout out to all of our member programs who are here today, to the hundreds of ambassadors who have signed up, and to the many dozens of affiliate organizations who are engaging their communities to reimagine manhood. Let's take a moment to say thank you. If this is your first time or your 10th time, you are part of making history. We remember at the beginning saying, could we fill up a room? And look at us now. Over the past 10 years, we've had an amazing array of diverse speakers, as we have today. They have helped to shape and evolve our collective messaging about the breadth of positive masculinities. And we speak about that in the plural because it's not a homogeneous experience. Our speakers have included, in many past years, transgender men who have shared their own journeys about what it means to shape one's own definition of maleness. We have heard from men who are immigrants who have spoken about the violence they experienced in their homeland and what that has meant for them. We have heard from men of color who have talked about the intersections of race and gender. Men of faith have talked about their own calling to be role models in their communities. Indigenous men have shared their welcoming traditions with us. And the youth voices, young men and young women who have taught us how to hug, how to love, and the importance of bringing art and creativity to this campaign. This is just a sampling. We've had teachers, military, healthcare, law enforcement, activists, and more speaking and engaging in this campaign. We are indebted to all of you who are joining with us, not just today, but every day. I have a few special thank yous. We are very, very fortunate to have such special partnerships with Governor Baker and Lieutenant Governor Polito. Thank you for being here. We work closely with their administration, and we also work really closely with the Massachusetts Department of Public Health, who makes this event a pleasurable partnership every year, many of whom are here today. Thank you. To our presenting sponsor joining us this year, the Bank of America, we thank you so much for your collaboration. To our co-chairs this year and in past years, and to Craig Norberg-Bohm. Craig, where are you? I don't see you. Thank you. Your leadership is reflected in today. To the Rendon Group, your energy and creativity has been an amazing force in this campaign. And to the Jane Doe staff in particular, and of course I have to do a shout out to Tony Troop, who's in this room somewhere. Probably every single one of you has gotten an email from Tony about this day. You inspire me and so many others every day. Finally, in closing, I hope we'll all take a moment to reflect on what it means to have hundreds gathered here today. The messages you'll be hearing, how that reflects on your own life, how you live your life, what your humanity means to you, and in this special hall, in these times, making history and creating a legacy. To quote another one of my colleagues, what is your dream today? I hope it's to change social norms. Thank you.